How many of you have practiced on your table and then gone off to your league night and played like a totally different player? Well, I'll tell you what, this video is for you if you have trouble when you play away from your home table. Now, I'm going to tell you from my experience, and I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and what I went through, and I think it's going to be very relatable to a lot of players. You know, when I started this back in February 22nd of 2021, when I got my table and started learning the game of pool, I worked for about 6 months diligently with purposeful practice with the help of someone over on the East Coast. They gave me some great drills, some great insight on how to practice, because I did not know at that time how to practice. But I poured myself into it, and I became a pretty decent shot maker, but position play was terrible. But I was really doing fairly well as far as improvements go. And what that person told me is they said, now it's time for you to go compete. Now, I was a little nervous about that because I was so used to being just at home alone with just maybe a friend coming over and we'd shoot once in a while. But I took his word and I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I joined one league first. It was a singles league, and it was a daytime deal. There was only 12 players. But I got to say this, the very first match that I played, I could not believe how nervous I was. Everything I learned on my table went out the window. Now, fortunately, the person I played, I did manage to defeat. And it was interesting because they asked me what my Fargo was. I didn't even know what a Fargo was at that time. And they put me down as a 600. This is the player I'm playing against, right? So I had to win 8 games to their 1 in 8-ball. And I won 8-0. They were not a great player, to say the least. But then the league manager, she came over and said, hey, you're not a 600. What is this? Well, we left it like it was. I'd already won anyway. But she changed me to a 450. But I was so nervous. This is my point. I was so nervous when I was playing that person. Luckily, they were not that great a player, and I was able to sneak by. Just fortunate, really. I think back, it's just fortunate. But the thing is I couldn't get over how nervous I was. Now, in that period, that same league manager, that lady I mentioned, she wanted me to play on her team league on an evening session at a different billiard hall. So I said, well, okay. And she really wanted me to start out as just kind of like a fill-in, like a sub kind of a situation. I didn't know how all that worked at that time, but I ended up being a full-time player. And that evolved also about halfway through the season into another night of the week. So I actually did 3 leagues a week. But the first month, and I want to say this, and you guys may be able to relate to this if you're new to pool especially. The first month for me, I was so nervous. I have a saying, I was as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Everything I learned from my table, you know, all my shot making, all of those things that were working well here in this simple, relaxing environment just went out the window when I went into competition. And I had to get over that, and it took about a month. It really did. And remember, I had 1 day a week, and then I had 2 nights a week too. So, I mean, I was playing quite a bit, but it took that long. So I know that a lot of you can relate to this. If you're just a home player practicing on your own table, and then someone has lassoed you into going to play leagues, I know what you've gone through because I have as well. It's just crazy. Now, here's what I want to say about this. I call it being seasoned. You're a seasoned player when you compete. You know, gamblers, they talk about this. They say the best way to really get over your nerves is to gamble. I can't imagine, because I just don't. I've never even bought a lotto ticket in my life. But I can see where it would put pressure on you. And that's the problem that we don't have, or we do have, I should say, when we're at home playing. We don't have the opportunity to put pressure on ourselves. Even if someone comes over, it's just a fun match. It's not the same as when you're on leagues and, you know, you're trying to, especially if you're a team member and you're trying to not let your team down. That was the biggest thing for me. When I was on those team leagues, that first league, the daytime, that was just a singles league. I was okay with that. In fact, today, if I ever go back to leagues, it'll be a singles type situation because I couldn't handle letting down the teammates, okay? I was expected to win. And especially in the beginning, I was so nervous. Let me tell you this real quick. I was so nervous. It was crazy. I was playing this guy that's a really good 8-ball player. And I was on BCA, a BCA format type league. So how that worked is I would play 8-ball and I would play 9 or 10-ball. It's called laggers when I played the rotation aspect of the matches. But when this person we first played, we played 8-ball. And I actually beat him, which was really surprising. But here's what happened. During one of the games, it was one of the early games, he had scratched and gave me ball in hand. Now, I didn't know anything about all this, but he gives me the cue ball and says, you can put it anywhere on the table and shoot. I was like, oh, that's cool. So, well, I went and set the ball down. This is how nervous I was, you guys. And I mean, I had a shot that was about like, it was in a corner up there actually, but it was about this close to the corner. I set it straight in. I missed it. I missed it. I was so nervous. I mean, if I'd held my hand out, it was just like trembling. And when you're so nervous, you cannot execute, is what I found. It's just crazy. Your mind is racing, you know, you're so nervous, people are looking at you, the environment's so different. I knew no one because I'd never been in the pool world around my city here. So these were all brand new people to me. I was just freaked out. But the only way to get over it was to play more and more. And in a month, I eventually became very comfortable to the point where I actually did pretty well. You know, I started with that 450 Fargo and I got up to a 526 relatively quickly. And I beat some 600 players too after I got comfortable, because then I was treating it like I was playing at home. I was able to clear my mind to the point where I was just thinking, okay, I'm at home. You're at home, Ron. You're just practicing. Don't worry about the opponent. Make sure you just execute the best stroke that you possibly can. And that's what I thought about. And let me say this too. One of the things that really, really did it for me, what helped me turn the corner, and I hope this will help you as well. And you can actually get a hold of Niels Fyan and pick up his Preparing Yourself for Competition online training module. It's basically about how you breathe and how you prepare yourself for competition while you're in the chair or even before you go to competition. There's great things in this, but primarily for me, what really helped was being in the chair. So what I learned in that month period when I was really nervous is I had to, first of all, get away from any teammates on those team leagues that I was on. And I had to just sit in my chair. I did this when I was on the singles league because I was by myself, right? I'm just myself. I just sat in my own chair and I waited for my turn at the table. Well, one of the things that will help you a lot is to breathe. Now, that just sounds kind of cliche, but it is a fact. If you just breathe in nice and slowly. Now, watch your opponent. They're on the table, right? And I'll just tell you about this scenario. I was playing a 606. At that time, I think it was like a 480, okay? And I had won the lag, which was cool, and it was 8-ball. So I scratched. So I had to go sit down and watch that person run the rack and beat me. But as I watched him, I had just taken the Niels Fyan course, and I was breathing. I was doing the things that Niels said to do. And I could feel my heart rate not race. In the beginning, I was like, I could feel it thumping. It just slowed right down. I could physically feel my heart rate reduce. And as I was watching that person, I wasn't surprised. They're a 606. They probably, and it was open. I mean, I broke it really well. When I scratched, everything was open. And they did. They ran out. So as I sat there and watched, okay, and then BCA, just so in case you don't know, it's alternating break. So the next break, he breaks, and guess what? He scratched. So it gave me this awesome opportunity to go ball in hand. Now I'm comfortable. It's been more than a month. I'm not nervous anymore. I just went through my breathing routine. And also, as I'm at the table, I'm breathing too. And I'm taking my time. The first thing I did is I looked at every ball on the table. I determined which denomination I wanted. I don't remember what it was, stripes, let's say. And I went around every ball and I made sure there was a pocket for those balls. There was nothing cluttered or clustered. So I said, okay, this is a run out situation. I can do it. I've got ball in hand and I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to make the best stroke I can. I'm going to relax. I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to be very calm and I'm going to execute, not jab. I'm not going to, rush into shots and all that. And I was fortunate to run out that pattern. So I had matched that opponent. 606 to me is a 480 or so at that time. I said to myself then, now it's psychological. It's in our brain. I said to myself, and I have a saying today when I do this, when I'm not just practicing, when I'm playing someone at another location, I say, be cool, fool. If you've done something well, I say this to myself, be cool, fool, relax. That was yesterday, tomorrow's the mystery, let's get it done right now. So what I would do is I just relaxed at every shot. I'd stand over the shot, I did all my pre-shot correctly, relaxed, cleared the clutter out of my mind, and executed a great stroke, the best stroke I possibly could without jabbing at it or anything like that. And I was able to run that rack. Now, from that point on, I ended up winning that match, and it was a race 6. He had to get 3 to my 6. I ended up winning that match 3-2. Okay, so I did extremely well. In fact, that player doesn't even talk to me today. They said I was a sandbagger. I wasn't. I really wasn't. I was a new player to the game, never seen me before, but I played lights out. And it was all because of my breathing and my relaxation, and I was seasoned. Remember what I said, seasoned. To be seasoned, you have to put yourself in the fire. You have to get yourself in the line of fire with another opponent that's even better than you so that you can fully concentrate. It's going to take time. It's going to take about a month. For me, it took a month for me to get past that nerve situation, those nerves. Those nerves are just tremendous. It really, really held me back in the beginning. Now, ultimately, I'll fast forward to the end of leagues. I ended up doing pretty well. I won 17 of 20 matches at the end. Now, you might think that's awesome, which I thought it was, right, at that time. But listen to this. One of the things that I had to do is I had to come back to this table and I had to ingrain a new stroke, because what I was doing when I was, even though I was winning those matches, I was still doing stuff like this when I would shoot real quick. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to control my stroke. I wanted to be able to come back and pause and then slowly go through and then accelerate into the cue ball. It took me, it was over a year to get rid of what I called a jab stroke. I was a poke stroking, jab stroking, recoiling pool player. It was terrible. But it took me over a year, and I decided to quit leagues to just fix that. Now here's where it gets interesting. Because I took that year plus off to work on my stroke, when I did go back and I played, I didn't play in any leagues, I played other players at the billiard hall, I got nervous. I got nervous again. It was the same exact thing when I first started. I was like, wow, this is interesting, because I thought I became a better player, my stroke was better and everything else, but the nerves, you have to be seasoned. I wasn't in that line of fire, okay? I was at home, once again. So if you are playing at home all the time, and the first time you go to leagues, it's going to be bad. But it's going to take you about, I don't know, some players are maybe different than others. It took me a month to relax. And once you find that relaxation state, you're going to be a better player. You're going to play more to your caliber, okay? You're going to become seasoned. And then from there, if you keep playing in competition, you're going to actually refine that even further and get better at it. If you back off, like I did, to come back and work on my stroke, and then go back to it, you're going to have to go through the process again. It's just that way. You know, I've had players around my area here, they know, and I have a channel, they know I play pretty decent from what they see, and some know me real well, and they do know that I have the potential of playing pretty good. And they want me to join their team, okay? Or I remember here it's been about 4, maybe 5 times where I've had people reach out to me and said, you know, would you join our team? And I just told them I wasn't seasoned. I didn't want to let them down. And first of all, I won't go into a team situation again. If I ever do this, you know, in competition where I'm playing leagues, it's going to be a single situation. But I declined, you know, and I just really didn't want to, you know, let them down and embarrass myself too, because I knew, I've been there, done that. It would take me some time to get myself acclimated to competition again. I'd have to get seasoned once again, and it would require me to play on a weekly basis either, and I would say that this is really the best, play on leagues, okay, to prepare yourself for any tournaments. It works. If you're on leagues every week, you're refining that relaxation, you're becoming less nervous because you're in the moment all the time. And then when you having to throw you know, a tournament in there now and then, you'll be able to perform really well. In fact, back in the day, now this has been 4 years ago. In fact, my Fargo rate today is still from 4 years ago. I think it's at like a 522. I haven't played in anything. And I'm actually quite primed to go into a tournament where it's like a 525 max. because I think I play a little bit better than that today. But I really don't want to. I just don't want to sit for 14 to 20 hours in a billiard hall to try to win a couple $100. I mean, I just don't want to do it. And I'm almost 71 years old now, and staying focused is another thing for me. It's pretty hard after you get a little older, at least for me. I'm good for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I seem to wander off a little bit. I might have some days I might be better than others, but it is definitely a thing. And then also I'm not seasoned. There again, do I want to pay the price to get on leagues so that I'm competing weekly and getting myself more acclimated to the pressure? You see, that's what it's about. So this video today is about how we handle that pressure, how we season ourselves. We've got to commit. We've got to not play just on our home table. We've got to go away and ideally play on leagues, because that's the proving ground for you to get comfortable at the game to the point where you can shoot to your full potential. All right, if you guys have any questions or comments about this, please leave them in the comments section below. I'll answer everyone. And if you want to see another informative video, watch this one right here. And until next time, like I always say, keep on practicing.